Y'all already know what it is. It's Jarrell, and we got the dance practice for Boy Next Door. All I'm saying is, this most recent comeback from Boy Next Door is probably my favorite from them, because it's just like, the way that the song started for me, and seeing the choreo in the music video, I was like, ooh, like, ooh. And then I did see some of the challenges. I saw the dance break, and so I was just like, oh, I have to cover it, and I also have to do a breakdown for it, just so I could talk about it. And yeah, if you guys like Boy Next Door, you guys already know what it is. But anyway, let's get to the video. Alright, Boy Next Door, let's go! Oh, that intro! Oh, the way he caught on, that was fire. Ooh. Dude, the staging though, that formation. This might be one of my favorites from Boy Next Door. I like how they stay clean with it. They don't try to make it too complicated. It's all about capturing your attention. Ooh. And they got mine. Nice levels here. Come on. It's the switch ups between the fast movements and then the subtle movements. That's what's making it really fun for me to watch. Oh shit. Oh, here we go, here we go. The dance break. Oh no, they feeling themselves. Wait, that's so high. Oh shit. Yo. Nah, that's probably one of my favorites from Boy Next Door. I think it's because a lot of it is the speed changes through the movement, where they're gonna have a lot of sharp movements, but then they're gonna do switch ups where they go to the subtle movements and really keep that texture where it goes, or I guess like it switches up. So essentially what they're doing, or at least with the choreo, it's not a straight flat out line of energy that you're always getting. They're switching it up so that way we're always, I guess in this case, captivated. So before I break it down, guess what? Today's sponsor of the video, Oxford Natural Optimum Day and Night. I'm a dancer who spends a lot of time either at dance rehearsals, taking a dance class, or performing at some point. This is important because with Optimum Day, it's gonna help with energy, and if you're trying to lose weight, it's gonna help with cravings and just keep you track day to day. And because I dance a lot, Optimum Night is not only focused on recovery, but it also helps with sleep quality and just letting your body rest properly. Hey, I'm gonna be honest though, these supplements are not a magic fix. They're meant to add to your lifestyle, to build better habits. Because a lot of people are using this, including myself, the results, you can't miss them. Michael Owen, 35 pounds down. Robbie, over 80 pounds down. That's low-key inspiring. That's inspiring me for the long run. So scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Use my code LM5678 for 70% off your first order. That is insane. All right, like that's insane. Anyway, back to the video. I just want to say, this might be one of my favorites from Boy Next Door. Actually, I think it is. I think it is. Anyway, let's go and break this down. I got y'all. Alright, so pretty much what I talked about earlier, a lot of it happens in the beginning already. Okay, so the way that they do the entirety of the intro is what I talked about. We have a lot of the fast and sharp movements, but they're going to do those quick switch ups to the subtle movements to essentially give us this like wave of energy and just textures. Because if we're overwhelmed with energy and a bunch of movement for a straight 30 seconds, we're just gonna be overwhelmed and it's gonna be hard to watch. It's gonna be a lot to take in. So in the very beginning, we get a strong combo, but when we get to that part where they do knock, 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 they don't slow it down, but they tone down the energy for that part. So that way we have this like slight turn and it goes to knock, knock, knock. And then we go back to a fast combo and a strong combo. Like, come on. I love that. I love it when we get switch ups in textures like that. And even just the drum sounds that you hear in the song, and then they roll up their arms or their arms to even that is like a very subtle change too, where it gets even faster to have us hear it in the song, even though it's pretty obvious that's in there, but it's just for us to visualize it when we watch them doing the choreo. The bust down is fire. So that's probably one of my favorite moments in the dance practice, is the way that he caught on. It was really nonchalant and just very casual, just because he walks off center, right? And then he's gonna go to this side of the formation and then just seamlessly catch on. The reason why I like it is that he's not actually thinking about getting to his formation really. He knows where to go, he knows where his spot is, he knows exactly the move of where he needs to catch on. So I think a lot of I think the reason why I find this really cool is that you don't see him visibly thinking about, oh, where do I need to be in the formation? No, it's just like, I know exactly where I need to be. I'm gonna catch on that count. And that's exactly how that is, and that's what I love about it. Oh, come on, bro. And then the choreo when he's walking off, the choreo is pretty explosive at this point ish. I wouldn't say explosive. I think it's this last part that it's a little bit more explosive, but it gets more I guess in this case there's a lot more bigger movements to again contrast the sharp smaller movements and the subtle movements that we saw in the beginning. Even though this is technically the beginning. So this is cool. The tok 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 right here. So that's another switch up of we're getting a bunch of big movements, but now we get these small precise movements with the heads, but also the leaning in the bodies, and to match the tok tok tok. Now that's a great reveal right there. So we're gonna have everyone do that rotation or that rotation formation change, and then everybody does the original choreo to get down to that level to get this reveal for this member. And what's important about that part is that everybody has to hit the same exact level for the reveal to come out as a surprise. So I think that's really cool. Very simple, nothing too crazy, but I love it when it's just less is more. Come on, bro. He doesn't actually do that rotation. He walks through the formation, but everyone else has to do that in order to make that effect read better. Ugh. And what I like about this dance practice too is the blocking. They do a great job of just switching formations when they need to, and then having these like bounce. Like there's certain parts of the formation where they have to have this bounce and kind of almost look like they're floating in the air. And so it's kind of around this part, I think. They're a little bit more lighter, like those hopping movements, right? I thought this was really cool. We get this circle formation where they rotate around this member. Come on. I think that's my friend's ult bias. I'm not gonna lie. So even before the chorus, I know I'll pause it on the pretty much the worst timing, my bad. But I like this part because we get this more of a swaggy, nonchalant kind of like move where they chill it out before we really get to those precise movements in the chorus. Right? Bah, bah, bah. Da, da, da. So I think what's cool about the first half of the chorus is that we can visibly tell that they must hit these certain pictures with their arms because it's meant to come off as more clean and precise because we're hearing that doo, 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 da, 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 da. So the intention behind that is really to make sure that they're showing us the cleanliness and just like the strength behind their arms as well. And it's really to match the way they sing within the song. And I like how there's a bounce on that first dok, dok, dok. Yeah, so you see how there's a lot of angles and straight lines within this first half of the chorus. So I'm gonna point one moment out. So even here, so it's obvious that they must, at least in this case, have to be clean, and making sure that everybody's head's facing that way, and then making sure that when at the hands they have this like, it almost looks like they're trying to hold something, or like they're holding a sword. So it's pretty obvious when a member would be doing this, or if they have flat out hands like this. So it's important to have those type of details, including the lean and even the way they stand. Ooh, that little head thing that they do a little bit. So when they fall back into this move, they have this slight head bobble, and it's very subtle, but I just caught this. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Got that. I think got that wish. It's a tiny head bob. I think he's the only one that's doing it, possibly. This is where it's a little bit more hype because they're jumping and there's a lot more footwork. Or a little bit more footwork. I like this part. It's like they're kind of they're pulling something back to kind of launch something. I feel like that's how the move makes me feel, this specific part. And then nice levels here. Yeah, this part right here with the head. And then here, sorry, with that specific formation where they're kind of doing these thrashy movements, and there's actually like an upward motion that they're doing it. I think that's the accent of that move. Yeah, I think that's the accent of that move. It's like, hoo, 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 hoo. And then they're all doing it differently in their formation, or in their spots in the formation. Come on, that part with the head. The part with the head right here, dude. And I like how it matches the way it sounds in the song. That. Oh, come on. And then here, a little bit more chill for at least in this small section. Super small section. See, super chill until we get to the choreo here on this side. And nice split off, like where they're still doing choreo, but they're not going to be doing the main choreo because they're now these three are now the focus. Ugh, come on. It's cool how they changed it up for the second chorus too. Or like there's a variation of it is what I mean. And I feel like I've talked about like most of the what I think the main thing is throughout the choreo. So with the dance break or this upcoming dance break, I like how they add the dancers to add more, I guess, depth into the actual energy, because this part is now like, this is the kill off. They gotta go crazy here. And I'm not saying that they can't do it by themselves. I do think it adds more, just more energy in general. And they're all screaming too. It helps with all the thrashy movement. So I think this is probably the fastest part in the song, or at least the choreo wise. I gotta learn this part, dude. Oh, he was feeling himself. He was feeling himself, bro. Look at that. Look at that smirk. Look at that smirk. Yeah, even. So that very last part where they're all chanting something, and whether or not that's actually supposed to happen every performance or every show, I think what's cool about it in a practice setting in itself is that, dude, it literally, moments like those in a dance practice will help so much, because it's contagious. The energy is contagious, so it'll run through everybody like a chain reaction. So whenever like I'm at practice and I hear people cheering in the back or like the side, or everyone's just hyping each other up, it helps with energy, especially if the choreo is really tiring. Especially this part, they already been dancing for a good 2.5 minutes, and then they have to do even more intense choreo at the very end. Energy is really important there. Ah, dude, BOYNEXTDOOR. Nah, they killed it. I think this is definitely one of my favorite BOYNEXTDOOR choreographies, and also song. I think off rip, when I listened to the song or reacting to it for the music video, I was like, oh shit. Now I'm gonna learn. I have to learn the dance break. I saw people covering it, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta learn the dance break. And yeah, so I had fun watching this dance practice because of just the yelling and just like the switch ups and everything. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.